Have you kind of prepared for the impact that will have?
No, not at all.
Are you scared?
No, yes, well, but I don't know, right.
What was a favourite fun fact you learnt about Barbie through the exploration of this film?
I really loved the deep dive into all the discontinued Barbies and realizing that they actually made those dolls. Alan makes more sense than a lot of things. Magic Earring Ken, for example, you're like, what?
What was his power?
He's got a magic earring. It's just magic. It just is.
I'm asking too many questions.
It just is. Like everything about it, it just is. There was like Video Girl Barbie, where that actually ended up being a real issue because it was
like filming people in their homes.
Kids and like it was that became a, you know, there's been some false moves over the years, but I think including that was important in the story.
It's all been pretty new to me. I think it's just been like, I think all the stuff, how she was created. I mean, there's this have you seen the film?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the history of the woman who like invented her as well is just so fascinating. You know, it's pretty, yes.
I learned something about you though with the press tour for this movie, Barbie. You're a Doctor Who fan.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's in Canada.
Yeah, it's a big thing in Australia as well. I didn't.
I'm a big Shooty Gatwood fan.
I'm a big Shooty fan.
We love Shooty.
So I thought that was just
so big,
so exciting.
I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I know that's not like super niche or anything.
Harry Potter.
Have you heard of?
Have you heard of Harry?
But like on a level that I think would surprise people and
like how deep does it go?
People. I listen to this CDs when I fall asleep every night.
What?
Yep.
Gryffindor?
I am in Gryffindor. I also play Hogwarts Legacy. The audiobooks, the Stephen Fry audiobooks on
CD.
You
know Stephen Fry? Yeah. I did the other guy.
No, I don't like what's his something Dale. I listen to Jim Dale when I have to listen to it on my phone, but the Stephen Fry for me is nothing against Jim Dale, but and I love fantasy novels. I'm reading Lyriel right now. There's the series of books by Garth Nix that I'm very into, and The Magicians is another fantasy series that I love. I read a lot of fantasy novels.
So do I.
You're laughing at me.
I'm not laughing.
I'm also a huge, since Ryan's laughing at me, I thought it might be perfect to bring this up. I'm a huge Xena and Hercules fan, and Ryan was young Hercules.
Oh, I know.
And the world needs to know that.
I'm very aware of this.
Also needs to Google it right now.
Wow, this turned. Somehow this turned. I don't know what happened.
Aeolus in the Hobbit movies as well?
Yes,
like
Dino Gorman.
Not personally.
No, I mean Dino Gorman is the actor you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
a good
I think
friend
you
of
said,
mine.
do you know Gorman?
Oh no.
I'm like, do you?
I do know Dean very well.
Yes. I actually want to talk about the fact that this movie brings it all. We've got wardrobe, extensive wardrobes. We've got dance and choreography numbers. What was your favourite thing, and was singing or dancing more kind of like confronting for you?
You do both at the same time.
That whole thing kind of came out of nowhere. That was an amazing moment where Greta came and said sort of like, we think there might be a dance number now. And there's a song that Mark Ronson's working on.
So good.
Maybe you could sing it? I don't know. You don't have to, you know, but if you do, if you want, if you could, if you want to try it. And then it just turned into this whole kind of expression of all of Ken's feelings, and it just was it was a whirlwind. What was the question?
Oh, what was harder for you, singing or dancing?
What's that?
What was harder? What was like more?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What Ryan does really well is when he's playing.
They were both pretty hard. Simo's a great dancer, so that was a good like fire. It lit a fire under me because it seemed so easy for him. And
I think he used to do like hip hop competitions.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Scott's a really good dancer too.
Scott's.
I actually met Scott on the dance floor, and so when we were trying to find another Ken, we were kind of like, well, we want him to be good at dancing. And I was like, do you know who's good at dancing? Scott Evans.
Yes.
And he's a fun time. Like, I love him.
And he knew all of our parts. He knew everything. He came from musical theater. He's just
funny.
so talented. So he really just like kind of like rallied the troops and.
Greta!
Hi!
There's such an action-packed, large cast full of wonderful faces and names.
Yes.
I want to know from you, who said yes the fastest?
Well, I guess Margot said yes the fastest because she was attached to play Barbie before I was even involved. So Margot was the #1 person. The most fun yes was getting to call Kate McKinnon because we went to college together. And when I called her to ask her about it, we just started laughing as I was explaining it, because it was so surreal, you know, to be 19 with someone and then to be, you know, 39 with someone and 20 years later get to do, like, there was something very beautiful and hilarious, because it's sort of like, in some ways, we're, you know, grown up and we've learned and we've expanded, and in other ways, we're doing exactly what we did at 18 and 19, which is kind of extraordinary.
I can imagine she was talking about how that kind of conversation came about, where she said, I heard weird Barbie, and that was enough.
Yes, she was like, I know exactly what this is. I had them in my house. I know what I'm doing. Like, she had a concept right away. She understood it, and it was, I don't know, it was just I'm very moved that we got to make it together.
Oh, I love that. Why did Ryan and Margot make the perfect Ken and Barbie?
Well, because they're both, I mean, they're brilliant, both of them, and they're incredibly funny, but they're never mean-spirited, and they're never making fun of the characters. All of their humor comes from their utter commitment to it, and the more seriously they take it, the more funny it is. If they played it as if it were just a joke, it wouldn't resonate. It's the fact that they give it everything they've got. Like, you know, I used to say it's like Montgomery Clift and Carole Lombard, you know, playing Barbie and Ken. It's extraordinary.
I love how seriously, like, Ryan is taking it. Like, he is, I've never seen a version of this Ryan Gosling before, ever.
No. I always think whenever he says, when they're fighting and Margot says, you know, no, they don't have it figured out in Century City because we failed them, and then he screams, no, you failed me! There's something about the way he does it. I remember when he did it on set, everyone was like, oh my God, and then he's like really taking it seriously, but he's not making fun of it. He believes it, and I think it's that sort of maniacal belief that comes out of his eyes that makes it hilarious, but you also really feel for him. And I think that's the thing. I was like, this has to be the most real thing for us, even though it's about Barbie and Ken.
I agree. Last question. There's a bit of a provocative statement that's been made in this movie where you kind of poke fun or make jest at a particular fandom online. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But have you kind of prepared for the impact that will have?
No, not at all.
Are you scared?
No, yes. Well, but I don't know. Right. Yes, that's true.
Do you get a free pass because Margot's in the DCEU?
Yeah, we'll take that free pass. We got it. No, yes. It's a very, the way Alex delivers the line is also just really funny to me too, because she's totally like serious when she says it, and it just made me laugh. But yeah, I do not have a dog in this fight. I just thought it was a funny sentence in a way, and it's a funny sentence. But yeah, I don't have a real point of view on it.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much. Thanks everyone. You said that, I was like, yeah.